Good morning, traders. Gates W. Adams here with GACTradingPro.com. It is Thursday, April 20th, 2023, and we are talking trading today. Trading involves risk. Please make sure you know what you're doing before you do anything. Love the critical messages on personal accountability and responsibility. Okay, so let's have us a look here and see where we are. Okay, so I can tell you it's not going to happen just yet, but I am going through some additional advanced training through Apex, and I'm working on doing a little bit of market pre-work on the 30-tick chart, just to kind of get some general levels of interest, if you want to look at it that way, or you know, something along those lines, just to kind of have a better idea of where strong support or resistance or just obstruction might be that wouldn't necessarily already be highlighted in the current chart. So that said, once I start taking on that task, I guess, if you want to call it that, I will. I'll share those on here. I mean, when I do, the critical thing is to understand that this is not any sort of trading advice. This is me developing and learning my process. Oh, for crying out loud! In a way that is more meaningful to me, and for you to basically see the growth in the process as I go through this. So, anyway, I hope that makes sense to everybody. I'm not trying to teach anybody anything. This is me going through that learning process. Gap. Okay, so I have not quite figured out how to use the gap, but seemingly my guess is we're probably going to find some sort of ranging between this yellow and this yellow. Those are gap lines. I've heard them mentioned. I don't have that specific information. If you've been trading for a while, what that is might be super obvious and ridiculous to you that I don't have that answer immediately. However, I don't. It's just not something that's been on my radar, and so I'm just kind of getting that information and learning a little bit more about that. So, for whatever any of that's worth, let's. There we go. Knowing that level is going to be, oh, for crying out loud.
Order canceled.
Dang it. That was a beautiful elevator, and I was looking for it, and I missed it. Which, yeah. Could be one of those lucky me moments. Perhaps. But this might give me another opportunity. We've got walls, dynamic magnets, and a paw print right there in that same spot. So a double TX, filtered.
Order submitted.
Order filled.
And there's my Brit in there offering extra volume. That was the second attempt at that line, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. And there it is.
Order filled.
All right, so there's number one. So I technically did not miss that elevator because it would have been the same trade. I would have made it either way. So nothing, excuse me, nothing lost there. Holy smokes. Well, something stuck in my throat, which came as a little bit of a surprise. This is good information to have. We are pretty aggressively ranging, for crying out loud. Right, yeah, it's a pretty good downward run. Are we going to make a third attack? And it breaks through. No star. man. It looks like all of my other accounts lost 2 ticks of profit on that one. Whereas my main, I guess, is up 45. All the rest of them are only up 35. That sucks. Man, what are you going to do? That's a lot of crap right here. So, I'm just going to let it do its thing for a minute. Yeah. That would have been a beautiful run down, but I think that would have been a target. Let's see here. Yeah. Guess what I finally did? All of my little cheat sheets, laminated and handheld. So that's cool. That helps. I should probably at least face them all in the same direction so that they're easier to, because they're, double-sided. Boom, boom. Anyway, a little something that I was working on earlier this week. Finally got handled. I've been trying to get those in a more usable format. Sorry. I am doing a horrifically bad job of trading the simplicity chart. Because that would have been in, right? Yeah, I'm absolutely learning to respect these levels a little bit more. The frustration of being in a trade, even if it goes your way, and just this sort of, it's just unpleasant. It's one thing if if your strategy is to be in a trade for minutes, hours, days. Everybody's different, whatever. But when the intent is to be in and out of a trade in ideally seconds. It's just so painful to sit through this. But of course, I'm not going for 30 points. I'm going for 9 ticks. There's a difference. So, anyway. Yeah, I really need to get on board with these simplicity trades. They're important to me. I need to get that cleaned up and figured out. But the course that I'm doing right now basically revolves around finding targets and letting your trades move a little bit more. So instead of having these little 9-tick wins, the intent is to absolutely have Oh, shoot. Is to have bigger wins, to manage that risk reward ratio. The difference is there's no thought process in target on a 9-tick scalp. It's 9 ticks. Yeah, I might move it around every now and again. Oh, no.
Order
No.
canceled.
I need a cluster there. Not to mention that's a lot of shit in the way. So with a 9-tick scalp, it's 9 ticks. If you're looking for a specific target or if you're trailing, all of that, you don't know necessarily going into the trade. I mean, at least not if it's moving incredibly fast. You don't know what that risk reward ratio is unless you can just calculate that super fast in your head, which, I mean, I'm sure eventually, you can get to, but it's not the easiest thing in the world to do right off the bat. So, that kind of changed the dynamic a little bit. It's one thing when you absolutely know unequivocally that your risk reward ratio is off. Oh, look at that. That was a 3rd bar sling that would have gone straight into a wall. Or into a dynamic magnet. So anyway, the point is that while that risk reward ratio might be unknown, it's going to be better than 9 to 21. Most likely. I mean, if it's not, it's probably not a trade worth adjusting. You just leave that standard 9 and 21 if it's a good trade, but you don't have any expectation that it's going to move any further than that. So, I don't know. It's just, there's an infinite level and amount of stuff that you can learn to enhance your skills and experience as a trader. I mean, I think that's definitely, goes without saying. Oh, here we go. Yeah, range to do range. So, there's a balance of, well, this adds to what I'm already doing. This neither adds nor takes away, or this distracts me from what I'm already doing. And so I guess that's really how I have to look at any additional training. For me, I mean, where I'm looking right now is I'm looking all within the same scope, the same structure, the same strategy, the same company, the same educators through Apex, and so everything is going to enhance everything else, I guess, if that makes sense. So there is a confidence in that information, and that I don't necessarily have to look at filtering that out. It's going to be additive to what I already know and do. Whereas if I was to go, say, look up a course on price action, I'd like to have a better understanding of price action, but is that, price action traders hate Apex sniper charts. They just do. It's they find them to be cluttered. They find them to be, whatever. And I get that, because what they're used to is super clean, super easy, and nothing that they're seeing on there without context gives them any additional information. So I wonder if the flip side of that is true. If I was to take some time and do some learning on price action, would that enhance the same information that I have here? Or would it be just another distraction that would take my focus away from what I'm trying to see? Because, let's face it, especially if you're trading NQ, there are days where this thing is just zipping around so much that you 100% need your attention unrestricted. If you're gonna take anything, you have to start looking ahead of time. You have to be prepared for, every potential trade setup and identify, any challenges with the trade ahead of time, right? Whereas if you add something else in, if it doesn't add value to what you're already doing, I don't know. I'm going to be careful of that. There's a nice little rant there. Just thoughts that are randomly coming to me as I'm going through this process. Because I am continuing to learn more, and I'm trying to get better. I mean, I'm trying to get to the point where, I don't necessarily think I want to go down the road of being a trading teacher myself. They're so much better than me at that. But I really just, I want to be to that level of mastery that I have as much information as suits and assists me in making those best decisions. And no, I don't necessarily believe that that's all going to come from one place. And the thing is, everybody who's an educator knows all this other ancillary stuff. And they've chosen to filter it out in the way that they've chosen to filter it out, probably for good reason. But the fact is that they have this knowledge, they have this information, and that is part of what makes them good enough to be an educator on the topic. So, which ultimately means that they're good enough in their personal results to be an educator. So, sorry, I know I'm a little all over the place this morning. I'm thinking out loud as I'm going through here, because we're not finding a whole heck of a lot. And I do have an event this later today. So, I mean, I got to stop. I'm stopping trading in my stream at 11:30. There's no way around it. My event starts at 11. So I'm sorry. I'm stopping at 11:30 because my event starts at 12. And we'll go through the rest of the day. So there will be no afternoon or, any additional trading that's going on in the background that's not live on here. So, let's see. I have some serious obstructions in the way here. Could be an ETX if, in fact, I get my exhaustion. Come on. Looks like no exhaustion. You're just so ready to go, and it won't give you what you need. And it is a little frustrating for sure, but I gotta let it not be. It's oof. That's a big old level down there. And then another big old level down there. There's no ETX here because I've got a deviation level in the way, so it doesn't matter if it gives me all the stuff. Okay. TR's looking like it's about at a limit, so if it went down a little further and got into this range, that would be a great spot for an ETX. We've got the paw Looks like we're going to have the trapped orders, but no exhaustion. Not unless it swings back down there and gives me some. I mean, that is a massive level that it's trying to come off of. Yeah. Because of the size of the level, I think it's going to go anyway, but definitely not hitting that level of force. Although, oh, for crying out loud. It wants to TBS one side. Can I do both? I can't do both. Okay, yeah, I prefer with the trend. That would be great.
Order
filled.
Oh, come on, man. You're not going to do it, are you?
Order filled.
Stop filled.
I need to learn how to get rid of the Brit. He's like super, super loud. He's redundant. And it might have to do with the fact that he just announced my stop, but I don't like him. Anyway. Crying out loud. All right. See, barely took my stop and then did exactly what I wanted and expected it to damn do. I don't like those SLZs. And this is...
Order submitted.
Order filled.
No, I should not have gone into that dynamic magnet. Okay, we're just going to do this. We're just going to get out just before, hopefully.
Order filled.
Order filled.
Okay, so that was a little bit of a short win because of that dynamic magnet, which I guess I'm glad I did. I mean, it may go one more, but that would have made me friggin' crazy. Alright. Yeah, that would have stopped me. with that exhaustion. Or a mini magnet or a paw. Let's see here. Okay. Nope. Okay. Well, at least there's a paw print and a mini magnet now on that dynamic magnet. So I could take a turn off of that, even if I lose DR. But that's not what it looks like it's going to happen. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, it dipped in. All right. I don't know. It has faltered here multiple times. That is ODD. Off a point that I'm already expecting a bounce. Gotta stay ODD. Yeah, you know me. Sorry. My 80s roots, 90s, whatever. Rearing their ugly faces here. Okay, that is no longer an option. Friggin' ZOI crash. Yeah. I'd take an elevator here. After all that shenanigans. Off the ZOI crash, but that's not going to happen. It's too much to get through. It's not actually legitimately a trade anyway. Through the crash, that would suck. I need that maybe to be a little lower before I can do anything. Oh, jeez, look at that. That is an elevator. And I like it at this point.
Order filled.
Order filled.
Order filled.
Order filled.
Okay. Those are the kinds of trades I like. In and out in a matter of seconds. Oops. Okay, so we're going to get back down to that bottom gap level at some point. What's going on there? Nothing. something I can see. We're starting to get into a neighborhood. Okay. Oh, for crying out loud, man. No, that's right through a dynamic magnet. So we're going to bounce back up from here. And again, I know I don't have all the specifics of what makes it viable, but... Oh! We're going to keep going? Shit. Uh-huh. Okay. I don't think... Oh my gosh. That is showing so much meat.
Order canceled.
Okay. Okay. Okay, if we focus that. Definitely. Oh. Yeah. Alright. So this qualifies as, whoops, HD. Definitely HD.
Order canceled.
No. I mean, really and truly, if you don't let me take this reversal, I'm going to be disappointed. Because I think it's going to have some friggin' meat.
Order submitted.
Order filled.
Oh, come on, man. Seriously. Have faith, Gates. Have faith. Fuck. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Order filled.
Stop filled.
Bitch. Man. All right. I really thought I was going to get that. Shit. Nice. All right. I need the Xbox. I need the exhaustion. But clearly it was not exhausted. Well, I mean, this kind of has to be the spot, right?
Order canceled.
Okay. And there's exhaustion on the 3 bars before. How is there not on the 4th one? Yes.
Order canceled. Order canceled. Order canceled.
It's just in the wrong fucking spot. Well, I am almost done for the day, and this will be a disappointing finish, but I got other things going on today. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh.
Order
It
canceled.
disappeared. For crying out loud.
Order submitted.
Order filled.
How is that not? Oh, dear God. That was a mistake. Say the
Order
least.
filled.
Now, I can get behind an SLZ. Not into a dynamic magnet
Order
gates.
canceled.
Come on. If I can't get exhaustion, it makes no difference. This will be the last attempt. Yeah, nothing there. Alright, well, that's it for me for today. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Hope, well, this one has definitely been a crappy, boring day, but Yeah, they're not always exciting. So, anyway, I hope you're having a better Thursday, and hopefully you're painting up some green. So, enjoy the rest of your day. I will certainly enjoy the rest of mine. Appreciate you guys. Love y'all. God bless. Have a wonderful rest of your Thursday, and I will see y'all tomorrow.